Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. 3 simple words can get you ready for football. Between the hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. A great site for a game. Players are set to go. Fans are going to fill it to capacity. It will be intense and electric in Sanford Stadium today. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
This is Athens, Georgia, a calm little community that's about to get shaken up with a college football rumble. Georgia has lined up for the kickoff, and we're ready to get this one underway. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Purdue's offense really centered around this quarterback, and as he goes, the team seems to go. Kirk?
Brad, over the weeks, I've been watching him on film, and one thing I've seen is his ability to make good decisions. I mean, time after time, he just avoids the mistakes. And when you can do that as a quarterback and as a leader of an offense, you're going to move the football down the field.
So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today. Boilermakers coaching staff has just been raving about this kid, putting up some monster stats this season. He's a great fit for their system. I think that's the key right now. That's one of the reasons why he's putting up numbers that are among the nation's elite. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 25.
Watch number 12. Watch number 12. Ready. Check, check. Tiger.
Makes the grab and steps out right away.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. Fires out to his receiver. They'll bring him down at about the 35.
There's very good chemistry between these two. They like to run through all their routes before the game. And I have to say, they look sharp before this one even started.
From the 35-yard line. First down.
Mike 2. Watch 2. Ready. Watch 2.
And it's almost picked off.
These guys, especially in the secondary, really get after it and can make life hard for the play callers on the other side of the ball.
Handoff, and he's met immediately.
You keep gaining negative yards, and you put yourself in a position of having to make bigger and bigger plays. Puts a lot of pressure on that quarterback.
From the 36-yard line. 3rd down. The crowd really making it difficult. Quick pass, and he's right there to knock it away.
Your instincts tell you to go for the pick, but you've got to make the best play you can, and sometimes it's just batting the ball away.
The kick is up. It's got the distance. And he just drilled it from long range. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got?
Wait till you see what just happened in Greenville. And for Penn State, they've lost 2 in a row.
Thornton has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. He really got a hold of that kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. The quarterback leads the team out on the field for the first drive. Pulls down the catch, and he's got room here. And down he goes around the 35-yard line.
What we're seeing right now is just a great connection between the quarterback and his receivers. They make these plays look effortless.
From their own 35-yard line. First down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Throws complete. Big loss. A 4-yard loss.
That play was sort of out of sync from the start, but you have to also recognize that the defense made a great play. They read it from the get-go.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Hey, alert 48.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
From their own 36-yard line. It's 3rd down. They knock it down. Incomplete.
Number 82 was the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
Lane is the punter. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. He gets out to about the 28-yard line.
Return for a gain of 14 yards.
The defense held them to 3 on their last possession. Pitching a shutout on this drive would be even better. Purdue holds a field goal lead. Straight run, and he's brought down in the backfield.
No good. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 28-yard line, it's 2nd down. He's knocked out of bounds around the 43-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 15 yards. First down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike 2. Mike 2.
Fires back to the tailback, but he can't bring it in.
Person the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 43-yard line, 2nd down. Complete. And they make the stop right around the 40.
Makes the reception. Walker on the tackle, 40-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
He's taken down at the 22.
Sampson with the tackle at the 22-yard line. First down.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 22-yard line. Purdue has a 3-point lead. Gains his way to the 13-yard line.
Call it a gain of 9 yards. That'll make it 2nd and inches.
Check. Eagle. Eagle. Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, green ready.
Give to the running back, and he's going to lose yardage.
That's a loss of 2 yards.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. It's arguably the loudest crowd in the nation, and they are turning it up a notch. Up the middle for a nice gain.
The offense here picks up a first down by running the football, and I really think that they gave the quarterback there an option at the line of scrimmage to run or to pass, depending on what he saw from the defense. The defense that time looked to be out of position. I think they were anticipating a pass, Quarterback recognized that, made the check at the line, and they were able to run the football for a first down.
Gets to about the 8-yard line. Picked up a yard of anything on that run.
With the safeties coming up making plays near the line of scrimmage, that tells your offense they've got to start throwing the ball to keep them honest.
They're at the 8. Second down.
Let's go.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. On the pass, touchdown.
I like how the quarterback, the offensive line, and the receivers made a concerted effort to get into the end zone.
He makes the PAT. Let's get the latest now from Reese Davis.
Iowa and Iowa State hook up in the battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. And for Iowa, we've got a little drama starting to unfold right now. A potential major upset in the making.
Sends it sailing downfield. And they can forget about returning this one. Let's see if this drive has a more rewarding conclusion than their last, which ended with a punt.
They've been beaten soundly on both sides of the ball, and we haven't even gotten to the second quarter.
They run left, and he'll lose yardage. So at the end of one, Purdue leads 10-0. And we're back for more action here in quarter number 2.
Get the weight room. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48.
Ball gets another carry. He fights forward to about the 23.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 12.
From their own 23-yard line. 3rd down. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. He lets it fly. And got him! He gets hit out of bounds right around the 26-yard line.
He showed superb athletic ability on that catch. You know, the ball isn't going to hit you in the numbers every time. As a receiver, you've got to be able to adjust quickly and sometimes be willing to give up your body.
It's 1st down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Good for a gain of 6 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Tight right. 4 down. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48.
And he's going to be sacked.
Wow, that is a big hit on the quarterback. That's one of those as an offensive lineman. When the film study starts to come around, you're going to kind of sink in your chair and just hope they don't call you out because you're going to get embarrassed on Monday on that one.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 15.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. He's tackled around the 10-yard line.
Makes the tackle at the 10-yard line. That's good enough for another Georgia. 1st down.
Nice run up the middle.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6. 6 yards to the end zone.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted. And he hits him hard at the 9-yard line.
We're going to find out what kind of character this football team has. I mean, I thought they had a chance to get back into this game. Now this big interception, let's find out what kind of fight and character they have to try to get back in the game.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 9. It's caught. First down, and he's out of bounds.
Gain of 23 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Let's go. Let's go.
Nice run there. Pearson gets about 4 yards on the play.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
From their own 36-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Watch 2. Set. Green on the A. Check, check. 200.
Tackle made at the 49.
On the tackle at the 49-yard line. First down.
From the 49-yard line, it's first down.
Check, check. Omaha. Omaha. Ready. 2. Check, check. Back down.
Got it. Complete, and he's out of bounds.
18 on the play. First down.
Coming to you. Coming to you. Let's go. Let's go. Here we got Mike. Ready.
He heaves it to the end zone. Incomplete.
The defense always likes to see a pass broken up, but getting the turnover would have been really big.
It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball.
From the 31-yard line, 2nd down.
Ready. Ready. Turn.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
So it's 3rd down now, and they're going to need about 4. Pulls it in, first down, and he's knocked out of bounds.
15 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
It's been a long day for you. Mike 2. Let's go.
And he makes it out to about the 8-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down, goal to go. 8 yards out. And they've got the dime package in there to try and deal with this 5-receiver look. Fires in there, got it, touchdown. And did that play ever develop nicely?
Well, it's all about the receiver on this play. He beat his man off the line and then ran a perfect route. All he had to do after that was make the catch.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. A nice 9-play, 91-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points. Thornton is lined up to kick this one off.
Deep to return.
Excellent kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback.
I think I can count on one hand the last time I saw this good a defensive performance where you had a chance for a shutout. Are you kidding me? In college football today, with the spread and the running quarterbacks and all the speed and space, these guys got a chance to put up a shutout.
They threw a pick the last time out. Should be interesting to see what they do this time.
I look for the offense to come out with the same game plan as before. You don't make changes after one play.
And he's hit before it can go anywhere.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
From their own 38-yard line. First down. Got his man. Can't tack on any yardage. The Bulldogs call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They come out in an empty backfield.
White 87.
Makes the first down catch. And it's caught.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
Makes the reception. Point on the tackle at the 45-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 10.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Slings it, and he's taken down at the 41.
Well-designed route and a confidently thrown football by the quarterback. You need those things to make any offense work.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. Once and all, going deep. We've played a half. Purdue leads 17-0.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. The paper, the stats.
All right, Reese and David, thanks, guys. Second half action just about ready to start here. He just drills this one. And they can forget about returning this one. The Boilermakers continue to get it done on the defensive side of the football, Kirk.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building this lead and almost determined here to protect it. Let's see if they can hold on here for the rest of the way.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. Laterals back, and down he goes at the 22-yard line.
I think he made a late read of the defense there. Quarterback needs to be much more decisive with his option reads.
Second and 13 coming up here. Ball on the 22. Stays in bounds to make a nice catch.
When you can move the ball downfield in big chunks like that, you've got the defense right where you want them.
They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Sellers picks them up 6 yards with a catch.
6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now. They need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Check 9, check 9.
He tackles him for a loss.
I like how the defense got all up into that option to disrupt it. The offense looks a bit unsettled after losing that battle.
It's 3rd and 8. Ball on their own 39. He sails it long. And he hauls that one in. And he's tackled at the 17.
It definitely put them in better field position. And I just have a feeling that they're going to punch it into the end zone on this drive.
Now it's 1st and 10 with the defense trying to regroup after giving up the big pass. They failed out here the last 2 times. Snags it complete out of bounds, though, and they're going to lose yardage.
A loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Hey, look at
Brought down at the 19-yard line.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 13.
And they'll look to convert here on another 3rd down.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, put on Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Down.
He's under some heat, and he's going to be sacked for a loss.
The quarterback sack. Loss of 12 yards on the play. That makes it 4th and long.
Holly will be the return man. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. And this one's going out of the end zone for the touchback. The offense is coming out on the field, and they haven't had any problem finding the end zone lately. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
For a gain of 16 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 36-yard line. 1st down.
Put that team on the bus. Let's go. Ready.
They'll bring him down around the 49-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 13 yards. 1st down.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Choose the mic.
Quick strike, and he drops it.
Terrific coverage. And when you clog up passing lanes like that, you can force a quarterback to make some poor decisions. Almost got themselves a turnover, too.
From their own 49-yard line, it's 2nd down. 5 wide.
Watch 2. Let's go. Watch 2. Check, check. Snake eyes.
And it's almost picked off.
Boy, Brad, this guy drops an interception, and what's ironic about that from going to the meetings the other day is that this guy's been telling the coaches he wants to play some wide receiver. You wonder why you're not playing wide receiver? Because you can't catch the ball as a defensive back.
3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 41. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. And he's tackled right away.
Excellent job by this young quarterback of making the defense pay for bringing both outside linebackers. That's composure right there.
Roger. Choose the mic. Stay with your man. Ready.
Had his hands on it and dropped it.
Complete. Lewis, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 36.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Here we go.
There's a play fake. Deep pass to the end zone. That close to being intercepted.
How did he drop that? The defender did everything that he needs to do. He read the play perfectly. He stepped up, and what does he do? He drops the interception. Boy, the offense caught a break there.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Quick pass, intercepted.
Number 25 makes the interception. interception.
What kind of call is that? With a big lead, you're throwing the football, and the interception here could end up costing you.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. Tackled after a decent pickup.
Call it a gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
The sub package in there defensively in this 5-wide receiver set. Tackle at the 29-yard line. The quarterback gets a couple on the draw play.
With the safeties coming up making plays near the line of scrimmage, that tells your offense they've got to start throwing the ball to keep them honest.
They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on 3rd down. He's wrapped up for the sack. It looks like the defensive end that got in there.
Yes, it was. He did a wonderful job of fighting off blocks to bring the quarterback down.
Lane is waiting for the snap. Oh, excellent punt. He makes it out to maybe the 49-yard line. Purdue's coaches just got to be happy. I'd love to coach a kid like this.
Oh, I think these coaches love to coach a guy like this, and another great performance by him individually and for this offense.
So at the end of 3, Purdue leads 17-0. Into the 4th quarter now, and we're back to the action. Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. He's taken down right around the 32-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 17 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Complete across the middle. He's all the way. Touchdown. And they had a tough time defending that one.
Well, Brad, one of the things with this defense is you leave yourself vulnerable one-on-one coverage. Great throw by the quarterback and great speed by the receiver.
And the secondary didn't quite seem alert enough to defend that pass. And he adds the extra point. Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese.
The Tigers roll into today's game ranked number 3 in the country. This game was tighter than spandex on a sumo wrestler.
Thornton gets set to kick this one away. He really got a hold of that kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Purdue's defense has been a force to be reckoned with, especially in this game.
Well, they've stepped up today. They just seem to be dialed into what this offense is trying to do. Good job against the run. They've been very physical. What I love is how relentless they run to the football.
Let's see if this drive has a more rewarding conclusion than their last, which ended with a punt. And he can't get away from the pressure. That makes 4 sacks today.
Well, this speed is difficult to defend because you have to try to keep them off balance so they can't use their quickness.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Hey, alert 48. Hey, get out.
He airs it out. Makes the catch, and he might take it. He's all the way home. Touchdown. And for Merritt, he's got 100 yards now.
You got to love this quarterback-receiver combo. Talking to these guys before the game, they told me they spend about an hour after every practice perfecting the routes. It sure shows.
Well, they're going to try for the 2-point conversion. And the goal line defense digging in here. He's in for the conversion. Well, apparently this return team just doesn't trust the kicker. They're in an onside kick formation. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. And down he goes at the 22. This offense just torched the defense through the air with a great passing attack on their last drive.
I love to watch a quarterback when he can really get into sync with his wide receivers. These guys have worked all week on their preparation to attack this defense, and right now it's really paying off.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. Quick strike to the receiver. Tackle made at the 48. Superb effort by the receiver to come down with that ball.
This comes down to the timing between the quarterback and the receiver, and the result, again, a nice play for the offense.
Defensive coordinator anticipating this 5-wide set, and he comes in with his dime package. And they make the stop at the 18.
1st down.
From the 18-yard line, it's 1st down. The 10. A huge play, and now they're in a great position to score.
16 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
Purdue with a 1st and goal and a big opportunity here to really open this game up. Touchdown, Purdue!
This is what an offensive lineman hopes for, an opportunity to impose his will on the defense.
And he converts the extra point. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got?
For a whole year, the winner owns bragging rights. Iowa and Iowa State square off in the battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Teams take great joy in winning and almost as much pleasure in knocking down their rival.
All right, thanks, Reese. Back to the live action here.
Purdue
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff.
Sellers set to return.
Excellent kick. And they can forget about returning this one.
Boy, the two offensive coordinators have to be loving this. In fact, you can look over at our booth next to us and see how much they're enjoying it with a big smile on their face. The defensive coordinators, on the other hand, might be looking for a pink slip on Monday.
The offense will come out again hoping to have similar results as their last drive.
You know, when this defense went over to the sideline based on the way they've been playing so far, this defense coordinator's got to be livid. He's got to get in their face. He's got to challenge them. He's got to get their emotions going. Because when you play defense, it's not just about X's and O's. It's about attitude and playing with a lot of confidence.
From their own 40-yard line. 1st down. Less than 3 minutes in the game. Quick pass. He's tackled right around the 48-yard line.
Gain of 8 yards. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Four down. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Yeah. White 87.
And he just gets rid of it. It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. And he tackles him hard at the 43.
This guy is one of the most reliable receivers around. They needed a big play on third down, and he got it for them.
Quick throw, and he's taken down at the 33-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
He's got it with room to run. And a nice move to finish it off. Touchdown.
Excellent play here by the quarterback, making the proper reads and finding his playmaker for the score. That's a great touchdown, Brad, but what happened to the coverage there by the defense? The defensive coordinator's got to be beside himself. You know, you work all week long on studying an offense and their tendencies, and then to have a mental error and to leave the star receiver open like that for a touchdown, well, they've got to regroup.
A 6-play, 75-yard drive, but the failed 2-point conversion keeps it a 6-point score.
Brad, I thought the key to that drive really had a lot to do with the quarterback and the receivers getting in sync, making it very tough for the defense to slow him down.
He's taken down at the 48-yard line. The Boilermakers coaching staff stuck to their game plan. It worked.
Yeah, give them a lot of credit for coming up with a plan where they knew they could find ways to get him the football, even with all the recognition and defense being concerned about him. They came up with that plan, and this young man delivered.
They punched it in for 6 on the last series. Can they do it again?
Well, it's one thing to have speed. It's another thing to have an idea of what you're doing and how to attack a defense. And right now, these wide receivers clearly have done an outstanding job in being able to make their reads and getting out of their breaks, and the quarterback put the ball right on the money.
From the 47-yard line, it's 2nd down. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Makes it to the 31.
There's nothing more effective that a team can do offensively than to pound the ball right at the defense, trying to wear them down.
A little over a minute in the game. And he's tackled at the 15-yard line.
That's 16 on the play. 1st down.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 15. Touchdown, Boilermakers. Big-time touchdown on the ground for what looks to be the score that puts this one on ice. And he tacks on the extra point. A quick update now. Here's Reese.
The Bayou Bengals of LSU ready to go in Death Valley. The Tigers continuing to pound the rock on the ground and score a touchdown.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
Ball back deep to return.
He just drills this one. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Well, they're putting up points here in the 4th quarter, but it really doesn't matter because of the first 45 minutes.
Well, maybe this will help them in the next game that they play, but you got to play 4 quarters to have a chance to be competitive.
This offense did really well with the air attack on their last trip out there. Let's see if they can do the same thing here.
You can bet this defense made some adjustments on the sideline, though. I don't know if they can stop the passing attack, but they need to at least be able to slow it down.
He gets rid of this one. From their own 25-yard line. 2nd down. We have less than a minute to go. Got a man, watch out here. Georgia will take their first time out of the half.
That'll make it 3rd
Little screen pass. Got an opening. And down he goes around the 32-yard line. The Bulldogs use their second timeout.
That makes it 1st and 10.
It's 1st down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air. Short pass, middle of the field, brought down at the 21. Quick out to his receiver. They'll bring him down at about the 15-yard line. They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. And he hits him hard at the 9. Georgia's called their final timeout.
That makes it 1st and goal.
At about the 3-yard line. Davidson's performance today. Right now, Kirk, the nation is watching, and they're pretty impressed with what they saw.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people are going to see the kind of numbers that he put up today. And more importantly, I think his team's going to be able to continue to build their offense around him and his attributes of what he brings to this offense.
For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, this is Brad Nessler saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.